Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, I know it's been a while, but I've been really busy and have had a bunch of family matters to deal with. But I had a question the other day, actually from a very good friend that has having some issues with their dentures. And what happened was this. Ah, a missing tooth. Actually, she just actually broke her denture in half right here. This is my second pair of dentures. They're acrylic, and one of the teeth had popped out of it. So I'm using this as a demonstration since I don't actually have her dentures, and her dentures have been fixed now with the simple instructions that I gave her. Now, this is just some instructions that I have used in the past, and it's worked great. Now, there are products out there. I believe that if you break your dentures, you can use those. They sell it at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I believe it's called Repair It or Fix It for your dentures. I believe it's like an acrylic mix. This is something that I recommend. Now, it's very, very cheap, and most everybody has this in their house. Now, this is a gel super glue. I do not recommend anybody fixing their dentures with a regular liquid super glue. I do not recommend anybody fixing their dentures with their denture in their mouth and doing the super glue. Do not fix your dentures with super glue while their dentures are in your mouth. If they're broken, then they probably won't be in your mouth anyway. So, that being said, let me show you how this works. Basically, if you have a broken tooth, like I do here in my denture, basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get something like this and clean out all the residue out of the denture, all the broken pieces. Make sure not to hit the other teeth or anything else that's not broken, but you're going to want to gently pull out, the broken areas. I've already done this in this denture, so before I started the video, make sure you're under some bright light. I'm going to go ahead and turn some light on here so you can see what you're doing. Now, after you've removed all of the residue and broken pieces from your denture, you want to use either you can get some alcohol, or you can get an alcohol-based mouthwash is what I'm using here. This is just the original Listerine, so it's some pretty strong stuff. I've put it in a small cup. I'm sitting here in my bathroom, taking a cotton ball. I'm going to go ahead and dab the cotton ball in Listerine, and I'm going to clean the area here. Basically, what the alcohol does is it dries up and removes any kind of gunk that you may have left in there, leftover adhesive or leftover acrylic or anything that could be in there. You want it nice and clean if you're going to fix your denture, because if the surface is not cleaned off and smooth, then the tooth or whatever is not whatever piece that you're trying to fix is not going to sit in there very well. Now that goes with anything that you're doing. Okay, now that I've made a mess, let's see. Now you want this to dry. Now I'm just going to go and dry this off real quick. You want to make sure this is completely dry. Make sure the area is completely dry. Okay? It's completely dry. You don't want to have any moisture in that whatsoever. Okay. Now, you want to take your tooth here, and you want to just feel around for where it used to go. Just like that. You want to take tooth and put it aside so you don't lose it. Yeah, I'm about to lose my tooth here. Okay. All right. Now, I recommend gently just buffing out the area where the tooth would go. Very gently. Now you can do, I'm using just one of these rotary nail filers. I don't recommend using a Dremel tool, that's too powerful. And you can end up making a bigger hole where your tooth will go. So you can also use just a hand nail file, that would, you know, probably work. So, but I don't have a hand nail file, as you can probably tell, I have no nails, so I have this. Okay. You just want to make the area, just roughen it up just a little bit, because we want to make sure the bond from the glue in the tooth. You want to make sure that the tooth fits in there. Okay. Now, the gel super glue. Do not use liquid super glue. It will not create the bond that you need to create. Okay. I'm just going to put a small circle here of glue. Do not get this on your fingers. The reason why I like the gel is because it doesn't run all over the place. Now gently, without getting your finger in it, place the tooth where it needs to be. And you're going to let that dry. Now, as you can probably tell, this tooth doesn't belong with these dentures. This is just for a demonstration to show everyone. So, now you want to make sure that there's glue all the way around the tooth. Do not sit your dentures back in your mouth, whatever you do, while the glue is still wet. Try not to get too much glue. Let me see. Try not to get too much glue around the front of the tooth. Now this is, it takes a little bit for it to dry, roughly probably about a minute or two. So you let this dry and just set it aside. I'm gonna set it like that so it can dry. Now, reasons why a tooth could break or your dentures could crack. Dentures, you know, are very, very fragile. So at all times when your dentures are out of your mouth, you want to make sure to keep them in your denture bath. Don't just sit them around where you can lose them. But you know, there's accidents. Go up to wash your dentures in the morning, drop them in the sink. So when the acrylic denture hits the porcelain sink, it breaks, it cracks, stuff happens. Especially on the weekends when you can't really go anywhere. You can go to an emergency dental. Usually that costs a lot of money. So, but the reason why I recommend using the gel super glue is because it's very clean. It doesn't run all over your denture, where basically like regular super glue is just going to drip all over the place. It's not like an acrylic, where the acrylic is going to make a giant mess and it's going to cause extra work for your dentist. Now, I'm not dogging any of those products. They work fine. They work great. I'm just against using them because it makes it harder for dentists to be able to clean around, you know, that area after an acrylic has been put on the denture. So basically, after you've done this, No, you can leave it. It's not going to come off after it's dried unless you bite into something hard or you chip it on something again. But you do want to go and see your dentist. Go ahead and bring the bottle with you. Tell him I put a little bit of this on there to hold it in place until I was able to see you. And then he can go ahead and remove the tooth, clean it off, and put a new tooth on there. Now, these dentures that I have here, they're really old. They're actually made of all acrylic. I had these made just at a quickie place about 6 years ago, 5 years ago, and the teeth are actually acrylic as well. They're not separate teeth like this one is here. So most dentures are made with acrylic, and then the teeth are separate. These are not. This is made with acrylic teeth and acrylic denture. The teeth have actually worn down so much. That's why I had to replace the denture. So now that I'm done running my mouth, the tooth is in there now. So, and as you see that none of the glue dripped anywhere where it's in there pretty good. So you want to make sure that make sure to dry this for a while. Set them out for about an hour, and then soak them. Soak your denture as you would before you place them in your mouth. Make sure that there's no super glue debris anywhere else, or anything that's gonna be sharp or poke your mouth or anything like that. But this is a temporary way of fixing your teeth if you break them. Now, to say, like my friend, her denture broke, actually cracked, like the whole piece broke right here. So I explained to her, and I told her to go get this and these tools right here, and she fixed her dentures. You couldn't even tell that it broke. Now she doesn't have the money to go get her dentures fixed, so, and she has no clue how to put the acrylic stuff on and fix it that way either. And also, a lot of people don't like that acrylic taste in their mouth after they put that stuff on. This does not have any taste. After super glue dries, there's nothing harmful to you. The only thing that's harmful is the the fumes, which with gel there's really no fumes. Just make sure you soak them anyways to be safe. Soak them after you're done adding the super glue, especially after you've handled them. So, well, this is my video for today. It's just a quick helpful tip. If you are stuck, you need to fix a tooth on your dentures or a crack, that's what you can do. So, and this is Loctite, the Ultra Gel, and it's got the tip so it's easy to put the glue wherever you need it to be. I used the nail filer. You can get these for like 10 bucks at Walmart. I also got some, these are for cuticles, but it helps to reach in areas and get the rest of the cracked tooth out. And I also use original Listerine. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comment box, and I will gladly answer. Thank you for watching.